Hi, I'm Tara Davis, and I'm going to tell you about my video project for Music Technology 101. I decided I wanted to do a music video because I thought that would be useful for music therapy somewhere down the line. And so I had a kernel of an idea. My parents have a dog that they're madly in love with, and in reading the syllabus it said do something for your family or your friends, so I thought, well, I'll make a music video with my parents' dog. So this past weekend there was a party at my parents' house. My family was there, and the dog was running around, so I took several short videos of the dog with my phone. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, but I just did it. And then the next day I got up and I took some videos of the dog's ball by itself, because the dog is obsessed with the ball. And then the idea came together. Once I looked at the video footage of the ball by itself, everything fell into place in my mind. So it was going to be a story about Peaches, the dog, and her ball. So I've never used iMovie before. I've never used GarageBand before this class. I barely text. So what I overcame in making this was huge, a miracle. So the first thing I did was I learned how to use iMovie basically by looking at the tutorials in support. It is really easy and intuitive, and I have a little bit of experience with Picasa and some of those other photography kind of things. So I made the film edit first. So I interspersed shots of the ball and the dog and the ball and the dog, and I did all of that without thinking much about music. I just made a silent film that I felt good about, that I felt told a little story, and that I thought my parents would enjoy. Then I started thinking about the music, and I'm not much of a piano player. I'm a singer, so I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And my friend Chris was over, and I was telling him about the project, and he said, well, what did you have in mind? So I described to him the kinds of sounds and the kinds of music that I wanted. I had an idea. I wanted it to be cartoony and funny and humorous and funky, and he is really good at just kind of composing off the cuff. So he was kind of playing some chords, and I was being bossy, and no, that's too thick. I want it sparse. I want it this. I want it that. And after a couple of hours between the two of us going back and forth, he created a really nice score, soundtrack that went with, well, he looked at the video. I don't think he had a real vision, and I did. So it was really like me directing his composition, for whatever it's worth. Let's call me the creative director in the soundtrack. Then the problem was to get the two together. So I went back to the iMovie tutorials, and I looked at all the different ways that you can deal with the sound. I was able to reduce the real sound that had been filmed in the video at the party, the voices, the ambient sound. I learned how to remove or reduce that as I needed to, and keep what I wanted to keep. And then I moved the GarageBand sound that Chris and I created into iMovie. It didn't line up right away. So I took the edits of the film and I changed them in length to match the sound and the song that I needed, so that it kind of goes. And that was it. And the last step I was going to do was I was going to sing some vocal lines. I wrote a little poem about Peaches and the ball over Chris's music, which is just instrumental, for the credits. But then I felt like it just didn't need words, because there's a flavor of silent film about my little project, so I wanted to keep that flavor. So I learned through the tutorial in iMovie how to use the rolling credits, how to type them up, and that's what I did. So I think that, reading the tutorials is something that before I took this class, I didn't even know where to find a tutorial. Now I know I can go into support and find video and information on how to use something, and that it's It's not impossible. It's not scary. It's really useful, and I know I'm going to use it for music therapy. So I'm very excited. Thank you. I hope this explains how I made my tiny little music video, and or slash silent film, and I hope you enjoy it. And that's it for now. Bye.